except for next to rehearsal. Excellent.
And then I'll be done and out of your way. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the University of New Brunswick's 64th Convocation ceremony. I'm Sarah Rothman. I'm the Senior Director of Academic Success here on campus. And this is a really exciting day for you and for us. Before the graduates arrive, in just a few minutes, please bear with me while I make some housekeeping announcements. So to begin, if you could please turn all of your cell phones and electronic devices to silent now, that would be much appreciated. Please don't try to enter or leave this room, the performance hall, as the faculty and students are processing in. Once they start coming through the doors, we really need to let them get seated. Only graduates and university officials are permitted on the stage, on the dais, during the ceremony. And feel free to take lots of photos from your seats, but I'm going to thank you in advance for staying in your seats. Guests are not permitted to take photographs from the floor of the performance hall. Instead, we will have a professional photographer taking images, taking photos of each graduate as they receive their diploma. These photos, along with a video of the ceremony, will be available for download and for viewing on the graduation website very soon. Please know that there is some filming taking place in connection with the production of a television series called The Stats of Life, and that people entering areas where filming is taking place may appear in the series. There are notices of filming on the doors as you enter this building and in other spots throughout the building as well. And I invite you to read them if you'd like some more information about this series. And finally, in the very unlikely event of an emergency evacuation, a university official will come to this podium and provide some instructions on what to do. So thank you, enjoy the day, Congratulations to them and to you.
What's the overture? Found the fanfare. I mean, I found the overture.
Simplicime Cancelari, placeti tibi autothicium incipiat, placet. Please remain standing for the prayer of invocation, which will be given by the Reverend Wilfred Langmaid, our student advocate. Wilfred.
Good afternoon, folks. This is a very meaningful thing for me to do at every ceremony that I can, because I've had really meaningful contact with many of you graduates over the years. But I congratulate all of you on this foundational day. Before the array of sights and sounds over this next couple of hours, I'm going to ask you to stand silently and just reflect for a moment before these grand celebrations begin. There is going to be so much in the way of sights and sounds. But I would like to offer you a brief guided meditation that I would suggest you follow within the context of your faith tradition. As you take a moment right now to be aware of the sensations of breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, right here, right now. Thankful for this day. Thankful for those who have guided us on our way. Parents, family members, spouses, soulmates, children, faculty, staff, classmates. And thankful for the gifts that we've been given and the opportunities that we have had and the strength that we have shown. Thankful for this moment. In joyful anticipation for all that lies ahead today and beyond. Amen.
Please be seated. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to this afternoon's ceremony, the 64th Convocation at the Fredericton campus. My name is Eddie Campbell, and I am UNB's President and Vice Chancellor. I'd like to take a moment, as we now do on the formal occasions at our university, to recognize that our university sits on traditional Wolastoqey territory. The mighty river that runs by us, the Wollastook, is also known as the St. John River, along which live the Wolastoqey, the people of the beautiful and bountiful river. And we are now going to hear from UNB's Elder in Residence, Imelda Purley, who will deliver a Wolastoqey welcome. Imelda.
Kolasikolven, Wolastagok, Denjibukolag and Vegipek, Junitmus Honua. When we carry our drum, it's to celebrate the heartbeats of all the generations that you come from and the generations you're leaving behind and bringing forth. The song I'm going to sing to honor your achievement is Wolastuk, because Wolastuk is the first name of our St. John River, and so we're celebrating that she's not forgotten and she's really treated us well in either name. So I'm going to sing the song in my language first, and then I'm going to sing it en français because in Quebec, my maternal grandfather was part of that land, and he spoke French as well. And so I honor my DNA, and then the song will be sung in English. Congratulations, and may this heartbeat that you hear resonate in your own hearts today for the excitement of the achievement that you've brought and shared and allowed us to witness with you today. Such an honor. Sagate is the name of the first elder in residence, and she's the one that gifted this song for each and every of you to heal with. Thank you, Lewan. Congratulations.
Thank you, Imelda. I'd like to take a moment now here at the front end of our ceremony to introduce you to the members of our platform party, and I ask that you please direct your attention to the screens on either side of the platform. The members of the party include our Chancellor, members of our Board of Governors, honorary degree recipients, distinguished guests, professors emeriti, deans, faculty, and staff. We extend our thanks to them for being a part of your special day. I'm pleased now to call upon our Chancellor, Dr. Alison McCain, to deliver the welcome address. Alison.
Mr. President, honorary degree recipients, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the people who are the raison d'etre today, graduates of 2018. Welcome to the 64th Convocation of UNB in Fredericton. And graduates, congratulations on your achievements, something we are about to confirm in today's ceremony. Your 4 years, or more in some cases, at UNB have been a time of rapid growth in terms of knowledge and maturation. You may not feel it personally, but others see you now as an individual with more knowledge, new skills, and a certain level of leadership potential. The world is experiencing change more quickly than at any time in history. Knowledge is being acquired faster than ever. Communication is both instantaneous and global. Unfortunately, it is often more difficult to separate fact from fiction in that sort of circumstance. Bottom line, it's both an exciting and a challenging time to be completing your university studies. The world is arguably a better place than it has ever been, but there is still a great deal of inequality, of injustice, deprivation, and discrimination. Your generation, I'm afraid, will have to find solutions to those problems. Graduates, our expectations are high, but so is our confidence in your ability to meet those expectations. UNB has given you new knowledge and new skills to take on that challenge. Hopefully, UNB has taught you to have a genuine curiosity to ensure you continue to learn, to innovate, and to find new solutions to old problems. Indeed, your family, the university, and the province all have invested in providing educational opportunities for you in the belief that it will pay dividends for the country in the future. So as you leave the university, you may be nervous, you may be uncertain, but also, I'd suspect, a little bit excited about what you have been able to accomplish. But take my word for it. You have the tools to do great things and pay back that investment many times over. So UNB graduates, you are the future. And I, for one, could not feel better about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alison. I would like now to draw your attention to the medals and prizes on page 10 of your program. The medals listed as for presentation will be announced at today's ceremony. On behalf of the university, I want to congratulate all of the recipients, and let me express our expectation that you will maintain forever the high standards that you have demonstrated in qualifying for these awards. I will now call upon our Vice President Academic for the Fredericton campus, Dr. George McLean, to announce the recipients of the Governor General's Gold Medal and the Lieutenant Governor of New Brunswick's Silver Medal in Education. George.
Thank you and good afternoon. The Governor General's academic medals were created in 1873 to encourage academic excellence across the nation. Over the years, they have become the most prestigious awards students in Canadian schools can receive. This afternoon, we will announce the recipient representing the highest level of achievement, the Governor General's Gold Medal for Academic Excellence in Graduate Studies. All students completing a master's thesis or report or a doctoral program at UNB in a given year are eligible to be considered for the award. I'm pleased to announce that the recipient of the Governor General's Gold Medal for 2018 is Marta Larson Haar for her dissertation, Spatiotemporal Variation in Sexual Maturation and Hatching of American Lobster, Omarus americanus, in Eastern Canada, Patterns, Processes, and Implications to Fisheries. Dr. Haar received her PhD in biology at St. John's Convocation last spring, and she's now working as a marine biologist in Norway. The medal presentation ceremony will take place at St. John's Convocation tomorrow afternoon. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Haar on this tremendous academic achievement. Through the generosity of Her Honor, the Lieutenant Governor, a silver medal is awarded to an outstanding graduating student in each of the faculties on the Fredericton campus. The Medal for Education is awarded at Fall Convocation. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of the Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal in Education is Alana McLean. Mrs. McLean, could you please come onto the dais to receive your medal from the Chancellor?
It's vital to our success as a university to have a very high quality of teaching, and it's appropriate that we should formally acknowledge this. I would like once again to call upon Dr. McLean to introduce the recipient of the Dr. Alan P. Stewart Award for Excellence in Teaching.
The Dr. Alan P. Stewart Award for Excellence in Teaching was established by the University Senate in 1972 to recognize teaching excellence on the part of some of the many teachers of whom this university is very proud. Each year, a committee of Senate composed of faculty and students selects the recipients of this award from nominations made primarily by students. For 2018, the Dr. Alan P. Stewart Award for Excellence in Teaching will be presented to Jessica Webster. Jessica, would you please step forward onto the platform? I would now like to ask Robin Travis, a third-year nursing undergraduate and one of Ms. Webster's students, to come up to the platform and read her citation.
Jessica Webster has been a practicing perinatal nurse in the area of reproductive and sexual health since 1999. She has been teaching with the Faculty of Nursing since 2008, first as a nurse clinician and more recently as an instructor. 3 themes run through Jessica's teaching and learning: safety, authenticity, and role modeling. Jessica creates a safe environment in which students feel comfortable sharing thoughts, questions and concerns, questioning closely held assumptions, and trying things out and learning from the experience. She frequently checks in with students and invites them to meet with her outside of class time to address any challenges they may be facing in the course. She makes students feel comfortable as they do assessments that require demonstration of skills. Jessica strives to be authentic by being herself as a person and instructor, and by providing authentic, meaningful learning. She teaches using a variety of methods, many outside the comfort zone of her preferred learning style. When that happens, she admits it to students so they see her human side. Jessica draws on years of nursing experience to create case studies and scenarios based on real events to help students master thinking and acting as nurses. An advocate for international nursing and cultural sensitivity, Jessica has supervised students on a 90-day internship in Malawi 4 times to date. Jessica believes it is her responsibility to model unwavering professionalism in the workplace, as well as in all interactions with students. She speaks only positively about her education, even while acknowledging its challenges, and shows her passion for nursing. She encourages students to ask questions and praises them when they have questions for which she does not have a quick answer. She welcomes opposing opinions and suggestions and uses them as opportunities for ongoing discussion. Megan Totten writes, "Thank you for being the nurse, educator, and person that you are. Your kindness and empathy are shown in each interaction with students and patients. I've gained so much."
Congratulations, Jessica. Equally vital to our success as a university is the high quality of research we undertake. I would now like to call upon Dr. McLean to introduce the recipient of the University of New Brunswick Award for Excellence in Research.
The University of New Brunswick Award for Excellence in Research has been established this year to honor faculty who are representative of outstanding research, scholarly, or creative achievements at the University of New Brunswick. This prestigious award was initiated by a gift from Dr. Fritz Grein, Professor Emeritus of Chemistry, and promotes and celebrates an environment that supports intellectual inquiry and discovery. The inaugural University of New Brunswick Award for Excellence in Research has been awarded to Dr. Gary Waite from History. Unfortunately, Dr. Waite is unable to be with us today, so I would like to ask Dr. David McGee, University of New Brunswick's Vice President Research, to come forward and read his citation.
Dr. Gary Waite joined the History Department at the University of New Brunswick in 1987. In the 3 decades since then, he has established an exceptional record as a research scholar. A historian of early modern European religion and culture, Dr. Waite is one of the world's foremost experts on the Protestant Reformation. His interests lie particularly in the more radical developments of the Reformation, including Anabaptism, spiritualism, demonology, magic, and witchcraft. His research is well known for illuminating unexpected connections between historical developments, generally understood in isolation in previous scholarships. Dr. Waite is an exceptional researcher and has produced 7 books, 33 scholarly articles, 25 book chapters, 44 book reviews, 57 conference presentations, and 10 invited papers and seminars. His newest and 8th book, Jews and Muslims in 17th Century Discourse, From Religious Enemies to Allies and Friends, will be available from Routledge next week. Dr. Waite is currently engaged in groundbreaking work in an entirely new field. He has assembled a team of 5 international scholars to search for the early roots of the Enlightenment in the history of religious nonconformity and conflict in the Dutch Republic and England during the 17th century. This major research project promises to significantly advance understanding of the Enlightenment by revealing the complex religious origins of an intellectual movement commonly understood to be secular. This is a scholar whose productivity, originality, and insight are well known amongst his peers, both in North America and around the world. He has not only influenced scholarly understandings of early modern Europe, he has shaped the field in important ways. The stature of his work has won him various recognition from the university in the past. The UNB Award for Excellence in Research is a fitting tribute to a remarkable scholar at the pinnacle of his career and to an extraordinarily dedicated and talented academic leader. Dr. Gary Waite is most deserving of this award. Although Dr. Waite is unable to join us at today's ceremony, we're pleased to have the Chair of the History Department, Dr. Jeff Brown, here to accept the award on his behalf. Please join us in congratulating Dr. Gary Waite.
At this time in our ceremony, we will proceed to the conferring of honorary degrees. The recipients will be presented by our orator, Dr. Shirley Cleave. Shirley.
Nancy Strickland to be Doctor of Laws. Nancy Strickland is a global citizen with strong ties to UNB. She was born and raised in Parry Sound, Ontario, but she has strong family connections to UNB. Her father, Jim Strickland, studied forestry here, and her mother, Midge Myers, was a science student. Ms. Strickland earned her BSc in Geography from Trent University in 1981 and her BEd from UNB in 1990. Nancy Strickland began her international career in 1982 through World University Service of Canada, first teaching high school geography in Zimbabwe for 3 years, and then teaching in remote areas of Bhutan for another 3. Nancy Strickland's experiences in rural Bhutan had a profound effect on her career. In June 1992, she began working for the University of New Brunswick in Thimphu, Bhutan, as the coordinator of the Bhutan-Canadian Cooperation Office. In this role, she led a series of education projects funded by the Canadian International Development Agency, including a $4.5 million program and 2 other projects implemented by UNB and the Royal Government of Bhutan. These projects supported the Bhutanese as they built a modern education system, which included the establishment of the Royal University of Bhutan. Under her guidance, dozens and dozens of students came to UNB from Bhutan to complete their BEd degrees and then their MEDs. And they returned to Bhutan to hold leadership roles such as government ministers and school principals and teachers. In the late 1990s, the relationship between UNB and Bhutan expanded to include programs in engineering, computer science, and business. When UNB's CETA contracts ended in 2008, Ms. Strickland's commitment to Bhutan did not waver. She was a driving force in the creation of the Bhutan Canada Foundation, a non-governmental organization focusing on the educational links between Canada and Bhutan. As the founding executive director, Ms. Strickland was responsible for all the administrative and logistical elements required to get a new organization up and running. Through the efforts of the foundation, the connection between UNB and Bhutan was maintained, particularly in the faculties of education and engineering and Renaissance College. She is currently the board chair of the Bhutan Center for Media and Democracy, a small NGO that aims to help citizens become media literate and to encourage media to act responsibly. Over the years, Nancy Strickland has been the face of Canada in Bhutan for many, including students, teachers, faculty members, civil servants, and political leaders from both countries. She has served as mentor, problem solver, and advocate as the situation demanded. While living in Bhutan, she has seen firsthand the modernization of the country, including the peaceful transition to a constitutional democratic monarchy. Ms. Strickland has been recognized for international development work both in Canada and Bhutan. In 2003, the World University Service of Canada awarded her the Alumni Award in recognition of her consistent commitment to international education. In 2010, Trent University awarded her an Honorary Doctor of Laws degree. In 2013, the King of Bhutan presented her with the National Order of Merit Gold. And in 2017, the King conferred Bhutanese citizenship upon her, an honor granted to very few outsiders. Today, UNB wishes to recognize Nancy Strickland for her outstanding contributions to international education and for her critical support of the Bhutan-Canada relationship, and is proud to bestow on her this honorary degree. Insignis me praeses amplissimi cancelleri toto universitas presenta vobis udimitator Nancy Strickland honoris causa a graduum doctoris in utroque iure in hoc universitate.
Ego admitto te, Nancy Strickland, honoris causa ad gradum doctoris in utroque iure in universitate Novi Brunswicki. It is now my privilege and a great pleasure to invite Dr. Nancy Strickland to address this convocation. Nancy.
You have to smile out there. It's a happy day. Honorable Chancellor, Honorable President, friends and colleagues, I would like to start by saying congratulations and tashi dele to all who are graduating today and all those who have been on the journey with you and encouraged you in your life's endeavors. As a very good friend of mine, Dr. Ann Sherman, the former Dean of Education, who I think many of you know and remember, would often say to me, "We are all in this together," and I feel honored to be here with you as we celebrate this important moment in your life. It is wonderful to be back here in New Brunswick and at UNB. I have deep roots here. My grandparents are actually buried about an hour's drive down the St. John River. And my mother, as was mentioned, grew up in St. John. My father was here as a forestry student. And I always say that I am really a true product of UNB because it really is a major part of my life, and I think that they are here with us today as we are gathered. My mother actually lived in the Renaissance College and then it was called Maggie Jean Chestnut House Residence for Women, and interestingly enough, she was a biologist and she studied lobster, so I think that that was very appropriate today. This honorary degree that I've just received is not only a personal honor, but it is also a tribute to all who have helped develop and strengthen this most improbable but important relationship between UNB community and Bhutan, a very, very small country halfway around the world in the Eastern Himalayas. And what an amazing link that has developed from this over the years. More than 100 Bhutanese have studied at UNB over the last 30 years, and they are making a huge impact in Bhutan. Many now hold very senior positions and can be found in all corners of the country. Let me try to get the pages in the right order. Teachers, principals, lecturers, curriculum specialists, computer science, scientists, tourism experts, parliamentarians, and local government leaders, to name a few, are products of the University of New Brunswick doing important work throughout Bhutan. Most of the large power projects in Bhutan are led by engineers who studied at UNB and who, through a collaboration with NB Power, thank you very much, Gaetan, have been able to participate in skill-building work attachments before they return to the challenges of harnessing power of the very fast-moving rivers of Bhutan. His Majesty the King of Bhutan, who visited Fredericton in 2005 to receive an honorary degree, is the Chancellor of the Royal University of Bhutan. 3 of the colleges are now headed by UNB alumni. I especially would like to remember Father William Mackey, S.J., who received an LLD from UNB in 1994. Today it is his death anniversary. He died 23 years ago. He was the first Canadian to live and work in Bhutan, and he was a teacher and started many of the major schools that are there, high schools and then Shrepsey College, and was the person who suggested that UNB might be a good place for Bhutanese to study. He said that Maritimers were very friendly and hospitable, and Bhutanese would feel at home here. And I believe they still do to this very day. I have been lucky enough to live and work around the world in England, Zimbabwe, the high Arctic of Canada, and for most of the last 30 years in the Kingdom of Bhutan. It has been a rich learning experience. I have listened to many people from all walks of life tell me about their lives, and I have found that throughout the world, people generally are concerned with 2 things: the happiness and well-being of their family and friends, and having a meaningful and purposeful life. These concerns cannot be addressed by money alone. The solutions lie with other things, such as good relationships with people, being a part of a trusting and safe community, good health, a clean and pleasant environment, work that contributes to society and the well-being of others, creative activity, and space and time to contemplate and reflect on the big picture. When I first arrived in Bhutan in the mid-1980s as a teacher with the World University Service of Canada, I was immediately struck by the importance Bhutanese placed on hospitality and having good relationships. They would take time to talk with you and weren't rushing away to the next meeting. There seemed to be an unspoken people-first rule. I thought that Bhutanese had their priorities in the right order then, and I wished that the rest of the world would take notice. Well, now the rest of the world has taken notice. Bhutanese development strategy of gross national happiness, or G&H for short, was a concept first articulated by the 4th King of Bhutan in the early 1970s as an alternative to the idea of gross domestic product. G&H is now being discussed widely at global conferences and in think tanks around the world. How can a government really help their citizens have a happy and fulfilling life? What is the true meaning of development? As today is election day in Bhutan, the newly elected government will be dealing with these very questions. As was mentioned, I serve on the board of directors of the Bhutan Center for Media and Democracy. This is a small organization in Bhutan that tries to foster a caring, informed, and engaged citizenry. Educational institutions such as the Royal University of Bhutan and UNB are key in this process, giving students not only the skills to make the world a better place, but the will to make it wiser, more peaceful, and more compassionate. The world needs you, all of you graduating today. Intelligent, active, positively engaged, happy citizens. My appeal is, get involved in your community. Let your voice be heard. Participate in the decision-making process. Don't be a bystander. Your ideas, research, actions are important. They affect us all as we are all interconnected. Yes, we are all in this together. I recently heard a very interesting interview on the radio. I know I'm a bit old-fashioned. I carry this old radio around with me everywhere, and it's amazing what kind of interesting news you can hear on local radio. The speaker reminded us that in the end, we are nothing but our stories. Our stories outlive us, and these stories carry on the essence of what we are and the values we hold and hopefully guide the next generation. So my final words are, make your story a good one, so it will be retold well and often. Kadinche.
Thank you, Dr. Strickland. Gayton Thomas to be Doctor of Science. Born and bred, as they say, in New Brunswick, Gayton Thomas grew up in the small Acadian community of St. Isidore and came to UNB in 1978 to enroll in electrical engineering. While at UNB, he fine-tuned his English skills and excelled in his engineering courses, graduating in the first division of his class in 1982. Upon graduation, Mr. Thomas began his career at NB Power. While many people are employed by a number of organizations over their careers, Mr. Thomas is a lifelong employee of NB Power. He has worked throughout the utility in a variety of areas, including generation, transmission, and distribution and customer service, serving as the Vice President of both the Nuclear and Distribution and Customer Services divisions. He was appointed CEO and President in 2010, the position he currently holds. As CEO, he led the review of the Mactapac Hydroelectrical Generating Station, which produced a clear recommendation to extend the life of the station as hydropower is a large source of the country's renewable energy and a worthy investment. This recommendation may serve as an example for other hydropower stations across North America who are facing similar challenges. Under his leadership, NB Power entered into a partnership with Siemens Canada to integrate smart grid technology into its electrical system and to build Canada's first fully integrated energy internet. This Made in New Brunswick smart grid is supported by customer-centric technology and a workforce aimed at creating a greener, more sustainable province. Recognizing the effect that this new system could have in the region and the rest of the world, NB Power partnered with Emera and UNB to create the Emera and New Brunswick Power Research Centre for Smart Grid Technologies. This research centre is only one example of the strong relationship between NB Power and UNB. The utility employs hundreds of UNB alumni, many of whom have held leadership positions over the years. NB Power is a lead donor and partner for a number of research projects, and it provides co-op placements for our students to gain valuable practical experience. Gayton Thomas himself has maintained close ties with his alma mater, including connecting with faculty members in engineering, serving as a mentor with the Wallace McCain Institute, and serving as a cabinet member of UNB's most recent fundraising campaign, It Begins Here, which raised $125 million, 15 more than the budget of 110. He is a board member of the Canadian Electricity Association, the World Association of Nuclear Operators, Atlanta Centre, the Electrical Vehicle Advocacy Group, Plug and Drive Canada, and the New Brunswick Business Council. In addition to his professional responsibilities, Mr. Thomas volunteers with the Knights of Columbus and is a coach for various sports. Gaetan Thomas has received a number of other awards and honors. In 2015 and 2016, Atlantic Business Canada magazine named him one of the region's top 50 CEOs, and he was selected as one of the most influential Acadians by L'Acadie Nouvelle. Of all his accomplishments, Mr. Thomas counts his family as his biggest success. He and his wife are proud parents of 4 daughters and are delighted to be grandparents as well. Today, UNB wishes to recognize Gaetan Thomas as a committed industry leader and agent of change who is committed to the advancement of his province, his community, and his alma mater. We are proud to bestow on him this honorary degree. Insignissimus Prices, Implicime Cancelleri, Toto Universitas, Presenta Vobis ut Meditator Gaetan Thomas, honoris causa ad graduum doctoris in Scientia in hoc Universitatis.
Ego admitto te, Gaetan Thomas, honoris causa ad gradum doctoris in Scientia in Universitati Novi Brunswicki. It is now my privilege and a great pleasure to invite Dr. Gaetan Thomas to address this convocation. Gaetan.
Chancellor McCain, President Campbell, graduates, faculty, staff, be the change you wish to see in the world from Mahatma Gandhi. This became my personal vision and the fire of my burning passion for a better world for my children, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren. Firstly, I would like to thank UNB for this recognition. This degree doesn't just recognize me, it recognizes my whole family. It also acknowledges NB Power employees who help us become a world leader in smart grid innovation. On their behalf, I humbly accept this recognition. I also want to congratulate Dr. Nancy Strickland for her recognition. There is a connection between her remarkable work in Bhutan and NB Power training Bhutanese engineers for their hydro system back home. This is a really small world. But tonight, it's all about you. Congratulations to everyone. Tonight is your night. Cherish it, celebrate it, and learn from it. Like you, I started right here at UNB. As a young Acadian from a small community, Tilly Road, I knew I was in the right place the moment I saw Tilly Hall. The first challenge I had to overcome as a young engineering student was that the program was in English, and my English wasn't up to par. Once I graduated, I said, oof, I thought I had made it. Was I ever wrong? Very quickly, I saw the huge learning curve before I could understand NB Power's diverse and complex operations. It actually made learning English look quite easy. My learning journeys towards excellence began with, how can I become better to improve the world around me? My personal vision was clear, and I had found my purpose. Tonight, I'm challenging you to think about your purpose and how you will accomplish your dreams. At Senator McCain's funeral, Obama shared a Hemingway quote, "Today is only one day in all the days that will ever be. But what will happen in all the other days that ever come can depend on what you do today. Open your mind to continuous learning. Continuous learning builds a growth mindset. The key to develop an impactful vision like be the change you wish to see in the world. When your vision is clear, I truly believe anything is possible once you put your heart and mind to it. Growing up, my mother would tell me, impossible n'est pas français, which means nothing is impossible. And just because you come from a small place, that doesn't mean you can't think big. I never forgot these while NB Power faced many huge challenges, such as the complex nuclear refurbishment at Pointe-le-Pro or extremely severe ice storms. Leadership is about actions and leading by examples. Actions always speak louder than words. My favorite actions are learn, love, and lead. In that order. So first we learn. That's what you did here. Learning is the foundation of leadership. Reaching excellence in your life depends largely on a commitment to continuous learning. Learn from something new every day and from every human interaction. I was blessed with wonderful mentors and outstanding role models. From Léopold Thériault, Oncle Dollard, Oncle Camille, mon petit cousin, Dr. Régent Thomas, also from Tilly Road, Doug Bartlett, Dad Van Tran, Rod White, Ed Barrett, Dr. Eugene Hill, and many others. I am forever grateful to all of them. They made learning fun and fulfilling for me. Learning is your ticket to unlimited growth. Listen and learn, and you will go far. Second, love. What's love got to do with it? Wasn't this a famous Tina Turner song? Love is about remembering your roots, values, and principles, being respectful and caring for people. I have been blessed with the love of an incredible family. My grandfather, Alain Moret, believed education was so important, even in times when poor people could not afford to continue their education. He passed this passion on to my mother, Anne-Marie, who ensured I got the right education. Merci, maman et papa, mes frères, ainsi que mes 3 sœurs, mon frère, qui sont tous ici aujourd'hui. Merci beaucoup. Je vous aime beaucoup. I'm also grateful to my grandmother, Josephine, who taught me who gives, receives, and many more long-lasting principles and values. My wonderful wife, Karen, who has been fine-tuning me throughout 37 years of marriage, and a lot of fine-tuning was required from me, including 7 moves around the province. My amazing daughters, Tashina, Véronique, Joanie, and José, who have all taught me so much, and our grandson, Hank, who inspires me with his unconditional love and his exceptional learning ability. And the latest product of love in our family, Luke, who is less than a week old. My family, they mean everything to me. Learning and loving is what makes us better leaders, and it must be continuously nurtured to improve the world we live in. Remember, people don't care what you think until they know that you care. Love what you do. If not, make some change. Excellence starts with love and passion for what you do. Steve Jobs says, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Let's ask Wayne Gretzky and Bobby Orr, who I've had the pleasure to both meet, if they love hockey. You know the answer. I also had a chat with Guy Lafleur this summer, and he definitely loves hockey and his fans. He still has the same passion today, more than 20 years after his retirement. Thirdly, lead. Take what you've learned, find out what you love, and inspires others to follow. That's leadership in action. The best leaders understand customers are at the center of their business. They respect and love their customers. It's all about customers. I'm so proud of our NB Power team. I have witnessed firsthand the very best of our employees and our customers during severe ice storms. Having built on a culture of safety, quality, diversity, and innovation, NB Power is leading the world with smart grid, hydrogen development, and small modular nuclear reactors. We have developed strategic partnership with Siemens and UNB. These innovations and partnerships are game changers for our province. The goal is a sustainable, stronger, cleaner, and greener grid for our customers, benefiting the whole planet. Authentic leadership is a combination of humility and strong determination. Couple it with grit, a blend of passion and perseverance, and the world will be yours to conquer. In closing, I leave you with 3 takeaways. 1, listen and learn from every human interaction. Ask yourself, do I have a growth mindset? When you do, your growth will speed up exponentially. 2nd, lead with the heart and empathy. Help us solve the climate change issues. Our wonderful planet depends on each and every one of us. And 3rd, please embrace leadership. Challenge each other to be the change you wish to see in the world. 3 simple takeaways, sometimes very hard to do. Learn, love, and lead. If it's not us, then who? If it's not now, then when? Our future is in our hands. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Gaetan, and thank you, Nancy. We will now proceed to the conferring of degrees in course. May I extend to all of you who will graduate here today the warmest congratulations of your university. When you first came here as a student, you became a member of the UNB family. And today this family, your family, made up of our staff, our professors, colleagues, alumni, friends, administrators, are here to share in your pride in having reached this important milestone. We are here to recognize your hard work and your sacrifice. We are also here to wish you every success and happiness in the future. We hope and expect that you will always value what you have learned here and that you will forever remember your alma mater with fondness. We will begin with the bachelor's degrees, to be followed by the master's and doctoral degrees. Candidates for the bachelor's degrees will be presented by the university orator.
The bachelor's degrees of Arts, Applied Arts, Science, Medical Laboratory Science, Science and Engineering, Geomatics, Science and Forestry, Science and Environment and Natural Resources, Business Administration, Science and Kinesiology, Recreation and Sports Studies, Nursing, Computer Science, Science and Software Engineering, Education, Philosophy, and Integrated Studies. Candidates will remain seated for the supplication. Insignismi praeses, implicimi cancelleri, supplicant senatui, e huic venerabili collegio gubernatorium, he baccalaureae valus scolares, in facultate artium, in facultate scientia, in facultate ingenieria, in facultate silviculturae e rerum naturalium corundum, in facultate administrationis rerum negotiosorum, in facultate kinesiologiae, in facultate nutricii, in facultate rerum computandorum, in facultate educationis, in collegium restaurationis. Quorum noma ac studi iam rita cognita sunt promulgata, ut admittantur ad proprium baccalaureae graduum in sua quisque facultate.
Placetni vobis senatores, placetni gubernatores, uti supplicatores admittantur?
The supplicants for the bachelor's degrees will now stand for presentation by the orator and admission by the president. Insignismi praeses implicime cancelleri toto universitas presenta vobis hosca supplicatores in supra dictus facultatibus, ut admittantur ad proprium baccalaureae graduum in sua quisque facultate, testorque illos quoad omni qui statuta nostra requirant, Athos et idoneus esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum baccalaureae in Universitati Novi Brunswicki.
You will now proceed in your assigned order onto the dais for individual acceptance. The Dean of Arts, Dr. Joanne Wright, will present the Bachelor of Arts diplomas. Bachelor of Arts, Benjamin Paul John Adams. Jeremy Jonathan Murray. Brandy Lee Parr. The Bachelor of Applied Arts, First Division, Amy Dolores McConaughey. Catherine Jean Squires. Bachelor of Applied Arts, Alyssa Kathleen Labillois. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Arts degrees. The Dean of Science, Dr. Gary Saunders, will present the science diplomas. Bachelor of Science with Honors, Kelsey Amber Koerner. Bachelor of Science, Ishi Harami Golgomban. Samantha Taylor Hennessy. Jaden Marshall Kit Little. Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Science, First Division, Mallory Lynn Kenny. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Science degrees. The Dean of Engineering, Chris Diddick, will present the engineering diplomas. Bachelor of Science in Engineering, First Division, Ali Zamir. Bachelor of Science in Engineering, Matthew Douglas Lizotte. Lucia Lovejoy Makandomi. Bachelor of Geomatics, Olufuntu Akumanwali Akintoi. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Engineering degrees. The Dean of Forestry and Environmental Management, Van Lance, will present the Forestry and Environmental Science degrees. First Division, Samantha Christine Allen. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Forestry and Environmental Management degrees. The Dean of Business Administration, Devesh Mitra, will present the Business Administration degrees. Bachelor of Business Administration with Honors, First Class Honors, Sin Yu Chu. Nicole Bridget May Murphy. Bachelor of Business Administration with Honors, Gobi Krishna Adhikari. Bachelor of Business Administration with Distinction, Natasha Marie Bro. Rachel Amona Wanamaker. Bachelor of Business Administration, First Division, Danielle Murillo Bueno. Jennifer Marie Simas. Fuhad Farouk Al-Khatib. Ho Sheng Feng. Victoria Rose Gardner. Donald Lloyd Harris. Jeffrey Randall McMillan. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Business Administration degree. The Dean of Kinesiology, Dr. Wayne Albert, will present the Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Bachelor of Recreation and Sport Studies diplomas. Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Hugo Bourdeau. Dexter Lee Howard Pelkey. Bachelor of Recreation and Sport Studies with Honors, Margaret Kessie Claire Day. Bachelor of Recreation and Sport Studies with Honors, First Division, Mallory Isabel Donahue. Bachelor of Recreation and Sport Studies, Alexander Stephen Cameron. Lindsay Ann Vautour. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Kinesiology and Recreation and Sport Studies degrees. The Dean of Nursing, Dr. Lorna Butler, will present the nursing diplomas. Bachelor of Nursing, First Division, Taylor Marie Cashin. Lauren Cooper. Sarah Ann DeLine. Emily Elizabeth Duty. Olivia Mary Graham. Jessie Catherine Corey Harris. Natasha Kelsey Higgins. Laura Marie Hogan. Jensen Teresa Kelly. Holly Megan McIntyre. Rhonda Lynn Matson. Emily Jean Sarty. Morgan Brianne Dawn Stevenson. Kate Josephine Sullivan. Bachelor of Nursing, Taylor Christian Birch. Catherine Clara Louise Brewer. Daniel Jean Burke. Ashley Dawn DeMoe. Gabriel Sarah Doiron. Jody Anita Marie Garner. Heather Marie Kirby. Shelby Lynn Allison Leopold. Madison Jade McDougall. Emily Ann McFarland. Melissa Beth Merks. Sarah Catherine Ann Moran. Hayden June Elizabeth Pridham. Travis James Rutherford. Caitlin Ashley Sproul. Megan Elizabeth Grace Stoltz. Erin Marie Tays. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Nursing degrees. The Dean of Computer Science, Dr. Luigi Benedicenti, will present the Computer Science, Information System, and Software Engineering diplomas. Bachelor of Computer Science, First Division, Susanna Mary Smith. Ping Zhong. Bachelor of Computer Science, Greg Robert Leach. Greg. Timothy Richard Saunier. Jin Su Zhang. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Computer Science degrees, Information System and Software Engineering. The Dean of Education, Dr. Sharon Wall, will present the education diplomas. Kimberly Ann Bork. Natasha Kathleen Copley. Laura Ashley Ann Crack. Maria Christina DeRose. Marissa Caitlin Flynn. Kennedy Jane Graham. Rebecca Joanna Hepner. Victoria Lynn Jones. Alana Beth McLean. Travis James McLean. Nicole Quinn Medill. Bruce Robert McClary. Alexander James McGrath. Michael Todd Matot. Caitlin Suzanne Noel. Victoria Elizabeth Oko. Rose Mary Patstone. Robin Christine Paul. Rachel Gail Prosser. Cindy Rappersand. Marissa Jean Smard. Olivia Justine Valentino Parker. Allison Elizabeth Van Snick. Bachelor of Education, First Division, Matthew Gordon Bell. Alexi Lee Noble. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Education degrees. The Dean of Renaissance College, Dr. Paul Howe, will present the Bachelor of Philosophy and Bachelor of Integrated Studies diplomas. Bachelor of Philosophy, First Division, Elise Angela Duffney. Bachelor of Integrated Studies, First Division, Ian Scott Kennedy. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Philosophy and Integrated Studies degrees, and it concludes the granting of bachelor degrees.
We will now confer the master's degree in course. The candidates will be presented by our Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Drew Rendell.
It's a pleasure to present candidates for the master's degrees. Today we will confer degrees in the following disciplines: arts, science, science and engineering, engineering, science in forestry, forestry, science in forest engineering, environmental management, computer science by coursework, education, arts in sport and recreation studies, science in exercise and sports science, business administration, nursing, and applied health services research. Candidates will please remain seated for the supplication. Insignissime praeses amplissime cancellare, supplicant senatui et vic venerabile collegio gubernatorum, I baculaure vel scholares, in facultate artium, in facultate scientiae, in facultate ingenieria, in facultate silviculturae et rerum naturalium curandarum, in facultate rerum computandarum, in facultate educationes, in facultate kinesiologia, in facultate administrationes rerum negotiosarum, in facultate nutriciae. Quorum nomina ac studia emerite cognita sut et promulgate, ut admintantur et proprium magistere gradum in sua quisque facultate.
Placeti vobis senatores, placeti gubernatores, uti supplicatores admittantur.
Placet. Supplicants for the aforesaid master's degrees will now please stand for presentation and admission by the President. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, tota universitas, praesento vobis osce supplicatores in supradictas facultatibus, ut admintantur et proprium magistere gradum in sua quisque facultate, testorque illos qual omnia quae statutum nostra requirant, aptos et idonios esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum magistri in Universitati Novi Brunswicki.
You may join us on the stage for individual acceptance. The Assistant Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Heather Sears, will present the candidates with their diplomas. For the degree of Master of Arts, Kofi Arhin. Natalie Christina Beaton. Young Chen. Isa Hassan. Claire Ann Edna Hoffman. Sihao Sheng. Margaret Elaine Ward. For the degree of Master of Science, Araya David Hakmian. Celine Elise Porter. For the degree of Master of Science in Engineering, Gregory James Healy. Obagu Ikechi Kalu. Michael Joseph Lasky. Ethan Jack Prescott McLeod. Marta Padilla Ruiz. For the degree of Master of Engineering, Bellini Deonarin. Satyanath Gunashekran. Alexander Lewis Blair Keith. Damilari Oriyomi Odomusu. Numair Tahmid Shuvo. Jade Alexander Yap. For the degree of Master of Science in Forestry, Joyi Nia. For the degree of Master of Forestry, Fang Yuan. For the degree of Master of Science in Forest Engineering, Wanrong Zhu. For the degree of Master of Computer Science, Junaid Iqbal. Jipang Zhu. For the degree of Master of Computer Science by coursework, Harsh Vishnubai Patel. Karthikan Sugumar. For the degree of Master of Education, Suzanne Janet Alexander. Robin Caitlin B.A. Agatha Bruce. Krista Dawn Cable. Genevieve Catherine Carpenter. Amanda Marie Chambers. Grace Melanie Cortez. Mali Win Coulombe. Joseph George Crossland. Lindsay Marie Dominy. Annette Rachel Foster. William James Glenwright. Stacy Kara Carleen Gruntman. Kendra Ann Haynes. Cheryl Louise Hayes. Stacy Ann Hoff. Heather Ann Hollett. Sarah Marie Johnson. Kendall Lloyd Caditz. Gita Kalada. Marie Jean Ketch. Suzanne Elizabeth Larson. Jeffrey Dale McDonald. Natasha Martin. Allison Drummond McFadden Squire. Brandon Neil Mitchell. Jennifer Diane Nickerson. Lisa Dawn O'Donnell. Mariam Raza. Matthew David Ripley. Christine Sawchuk. Tanya Darlene Skellhorn. Christopher Lee Stacy. Christopher Travis Steves. Daniel Peter Steves. Hillary Jean Swan. Victoria Summer Warden Gillett. For the degree of Master of Science in Exercise and Sports Science, Jennifer Rachel Kenny. Andrea Lorena Mayo. Brittany Victoria Ryu. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Lovika Soral. This concludes the conferring of master's degrees.
We will now confer the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidates will be presented by Dr. Rendell.
It's an additional special pleasure to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, the highest degree awarded by a university. Candidates, I would ask please to stand for the supplication. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, supplicant senatui et vic venerabile collegio gubernatorum. Trevor Thomas Bringlow, biology. Maria Davis, biology. Thais Imore, computer science. Catherine Ann Fraser, clinical psychology. Shane Robert Ferza, forestry. Caitlin Marie Goldsmith, clinical psychology. Brenda Lee, clinical psychology. Matthew Nicholas Lewis, mathematics. Yuan Lee, chemical engineering. Maggie Jean Manley, chemical engineering. Anthony Craig Mark McCaffrey, physics. Lauren Freeman Miller, forestry. Darrell Francis Gerard Morrison, education studies. Panagiotis Patros, computer science. Esam Helmi Mahfouz Sharif Aldin, geomatics engineering. Shauna Sutherland, clinical psychology. David Russell Timmons, physics. Titus Taina, geomatics engineering. Sarita Wirakul, chemical engineering. Julie Lynn Werschler, clinical psychology. Paigen Yan, physics. Yiming Zhao, computer science. Yanhui Drew, forestry. Magistri vel baculauri ut admintentur et gradum philosophiae doctoris.
Placetni vobis senatoris, placetni gubernatoris, uti supplicatoris admittantur.
Placet. Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy would please take a step forward before the dais for the admission. Insignissime praesis, amplissime cancellare, tota universitas, praesento vobis osce supplicatores ut admintantur ad gradum philosophiae doctoris, testorque illos scola omnia qua statuta nostra requirant, aptos ed idoneos esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum philosophiae doctoris in Universitati Noi Brunswick.
You may now join us on stage for individual acceptance. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Biology, Trevor Thomas Bringlow, for a thesis entitled The Phylogeographic History and Contemporary Origins of North American Arctic Marine Microalgae. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Biology, Maria Correa Davis, for a thesis entitled Structure and Function of a Bacterial Integral Membrane Protein Regulated by Low pH. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, Thais Imore, for a thesis entitled The Effect of Object Model Optimization on Application Performance. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology, Catherine Ann Fraser, for a thesis entitled An Exploration of Vulnerability to Panic Disorder, the Role of Anxiety Sensitivity and Emotion Regulation. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Forestry, Shane Robert Furs, for a thesis entitled A High-Resolution Digital Soil Mapping Framework for New Brunswick, Canada. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology, Caitlin Marie Goldsmith, for, wait for it, you'll want to, for a thesis entitled, Does Absence Make the Sex Grow Hotter? Sexual Behavior and Satisfaction in Long-Distance Heterosexual Relationships. I suspect that one will be well read in the library. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology, Brenda Hoshan Lee, for a thesis entitled Efforts to Maintain Monogamy in Committed Romantic Relationships. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, Matthew Nicholas Lewis, for a thesis entitled Mackay Quivers of the Groups G, R, M, and N. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, Maggie Jean Manley, for a thesis entitled Development of a High-Temperature Lithium-Ion Sensor and Reference Electrode for Application in Nuclear Reactor Systems. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, Anthony Craig Mark McCaffrey, for a thesis entitled Determination and Analysis of the Subsecond Fluctuations in the Ionospheric Electron Density Using the GPS. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Forestry, Lauren Freeman Miller, for a thesis entitled Spaces for Public Participation in Crowned Land Governance. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Education Studies, Darrell Francis Gerard Morrison, for a thesis entitled A Grounded Theory Study of How Teachers and Administrators Use School Improvement Plans to Make Change in Their Schools. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology, Shauna Sutherland, for a thesis entitled An Exploration of Facebook Use, Passion, Pathology, and Well-Being. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, David Russell Timmins, for a thesis entitled Modeling Electron Density at High Latitudes, Development of the Empirical Canadian High Arctic Ionospheric Model. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, Sarita Wirakul, for a thesis entitled The Effects of Film-Forming Amines on Flow-Accelerated Corrosion. There was a word missing on my script. Congratulations. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology, Julie Lynn Werschler, for a thesis entitled The Role of Individual Protective Factors in Predicting Youth Recidivism. This concludes the granting of degrees in course.
Well, congratulations, graduates. Please note that an English translation of your diploma has been placed inside the folder behind the parchment on the off chance that you might need it. I would now like to invite I'd like to invite Jill Jolino, who's president of UNB's Associated Alumni, to welcome our latest alums. Jill.
Mr. Chancellor, honorary degree recipients, President Campbell, distinguished guests, family and friends of UNB, and good evening, graduates. It's an honor to share this much anticipated and special day with you. Congratulations on achieving this very important kilometer stone. In recent years, we've enlisted the help from fellow members of the alumni family to offer a few words of welcome as you transition from student to alumni. Please direct your attention to the two large screens.
When we say we're proudly UNB, we're not just saying we went there.
We're saying we're part of something. Something big, something strong, something deep, transformational.
Lifelong.
Something that has allowed me to take on the world, to discover my passions, strengths, to wake up every day and do what I love.
To be part of something special, a global community.
To network, socialize.
To celebrate our accomplishments together as UNB grads.
And now, it's your turn to make your mark.
Your connection to UNB is not something you leave behind you.
It's something you take with you.
Something you cherish and nurture.
Something you shine brightly. Something you say loudly.
Proudly. You are UNB's greatest ambassadors.
no matter where you go, who you meet, or what you do.
Stay connected.
UNB is a part of us, who we are, and who you've just become.
You will always be proudly UNB.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the alumni family.
In 2000, the UNB Associated Alumni introduced a new UNB tradition, the presentation of alumni pins to new graduates. We hope this pin will carry the individual memories of a life-changing experience at UNB and serve as a reminder that when you combine an ambitious goal and personal dedication, you can attain anything. Maybe more importantly, the pin is a symbol that you were, you are, and you will always be a part of our family. We are a family of over 89,000 strong who work to better our world each and every day. We hope you will wear your pin with pride. We know you leave UNB with more knowledge, a greater sense of community, and the potential to make a significant difference in the quality of your own lives and the lives of those you touch as you take your next step. UNB alumni are world-class leaders, innovators, healers, teachers, engineers, and pioneers. We know that you will make your own mark on the world, and we can't wait to see what you will do. Congratulations on a job well done, and once again, welcome to the alumni family. I now invite members of our UNB alumni to present the 2018 UNB Alumni Pin.
Thank you very much, Jill. Graduates, as you embark on the journey now ahead of you, you will have moments that are life-changing, others that are memorable, and some that will be regrettable. Embrace all of these moments and find meaning in them. We encourage you to take risks. Step outside of your comfort zone. That is when you will enjoy the most personal growth. Welcome opportunities that come your way. The path may diverge from the journey you had planned, almost certainly, but you never know what greatness or what happiness you will find by doing the unexpected. Today, as graduates of our terrific university, you are ready to make your mark on the world. On behalf of the Chancellor, the Board of Governors, the Senate, the faculty and the staff, I extend to all of you who have received your degrees here today our most sincere congratulations on your achievement and our very best wishes for your future. I want you to take a moment now just to think of all of those who have helped get you to this particular moment. Some of you have been fortunate enough to have them here in the audience looking on, happy and no doubt relieved as well. But others of you have others at a distance that were unable to be here. Think of them, spare them a thought. I want to say a sincere thank you, as always, to the St. John String Quartet for providing the music for this, our 64th Convocation. Thank you so much. And as you probably do realize, there's a small army of people who gather around to assist in the arrangements for this convocation to try and ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. Could we have a round of applause for them as well? At the conclusion of the ceremony, you are all cordially invited to attend a reception in the atrium of the Student Union building. There's a photo booth there for you to capture more memories with your family and your friends. It is now my pleasure to invite Tony McRae, a fourth-year Bachelor of Science and Engineering student in Geodesy and Geomatics, to come up on the platform and lead us in the singing of O Canada. I would ask that everyone please rise and remain in your places until the academic procession has retired. Tony.
Far set.